But the trip to London was interesting. I got deported.
What? Wait a minute.
Back to America, technically. I think that's the right term.
I mean, I hope you got deported back to America. You're in America right now.
The thing I want to kind of classify it as, because it was a short trip. I was going there for work. I wasn't really told necessarily everything that you should have been told kind of going out of the country. And going to
your first trip out?
Alone.
Oh.
Well, because obviously, Hawaii, that was first time being like kind of like out of like even though it's America, like feeling like I was out of America, like tropical feeling.
Like out of the continental US.
Exactly. Feeling like that. But London was the actual first time ever. And either way, I'd never been alone traveling that far. So it was exhausting. I was excited to like get to my hotel I was casted for this big role, and I was really excited because I was actually like able to, express my acting skills that I really wanted to show everybody. And because some like information was like misinformed or something, or just, it didn't line up that I had said something wrong to the customs guy, and he held me back for like an hour. And then my bags, I'm like, where are my bags? They're back there, at the carousel or whatever. And he's like, well, go get your bags, an hour later. And other people had been stopped too, because like this lady was like, I didn't have a return flight home. I'm like, okay, so they're just stopping everybody and anybody. So for
British customs is no joke.
No joke. So then they bring me back to like this this waiting room to be interrogated in this other room. So I'm sitting here in this waiting room 3 hours, like, okay, what's going on? Like they locked up my stuff. I didn't have my phone, nothing. Luckily, one of the ladies like gave my phone and let me call my friend, and I let him know what happened, called my agent. I was like, this is going on, just so you all know. I don't know what's going on really, but all right. So that was situated. They bring me back to the interrogation room and they talk to me for another 2-3 hours. And everything is like handwritten question. Like, okay, so what are you doing here? And who are you meeting? And everything, like asking me everything. And I'm just like telling him again, same thing over and over. And then I said something not the same way. And he like flipped it on me. Like, well, you said this. So, well, anyway, you're not allowed into our country. You're denied entry. We're sending you on the next plane home, but it's not until 1 p.m. the next day. Mind you, I fly in at 2 p.m. and this is going on. Now it's 11 p.m. They tell me this. And I'm like, okay, all right, cool. I'll just sit here, sit it out, wait for my flight. No, they're like, we're going to bring you an hour away to a detention center. So blah, 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 blah. I'm like, why? Because we don't have enough room for you here, because we have to have new people come in and, stay here and whatnot. I'm like, okay, all right. So for no reason, you're bringing me an hour away and to this room. Like, I felt like I was like in jail or something. Like they had literally locked up my stuff, put me in handcuffs and everything, and just like treated me like a felon, or like just, I'm like, I'm an American porn star. I'm like the girl next door. Like, you guys have no idea what you are doing. And so luckily, my friend said, bring a watch. And I never bring a watch. Like I never wear a watch except for, my Apple Watch now. But like I was so glad I brought it, because I was checking it every 2 hours. Like, okay, finally, it's 8:00 in the morning. They come get me. I'm like, okay, we're ready to go. Woohoo, let's go back to America. Let's go home. And they brought me back to the airport, making me wait in the waiting room for another 3 hours. It's like, I could have just slept here. Like, what was the deal of bringing me over somewhere for like, the ride was an hour, of course. I slept for like 6-7 hours. Not even, because I kept waking up and there were small little beds separated by a tiny little table. And I kept banging my head and my feet, because my long legs, like I just like kept kneeing myself. Like eventually I just like got up and was like, okay, finally. And it just happened to be right around the time that they came and got me. Now it's time to go. And they're like 5 people walking me, down the like walking escalator things, like just kind of like, we're all just standing here, like all like just like arms crossed, like all these people just like looking at me while I'm like surrounded by these people. I felt so embarrassed. And it's just like all because I said, like one thing wrong. Like I think I said, I was there to work, right? And I guess I was supposed to have a visa.
Yeah, they kind of want those things.
And I actually get this. That was not actually my fault because I actually, I was like, I'm here to, I'm a tourist. I'm going to have fun, meet a friend. And so they called the friend. And guess what the friend said?
That you're working?
Exactly what not to say in the email. Because they said, don't say you're a porn star or a model, or don't say anything about the industry. And I was like, gotcha. Just say you're here. You met me a couple months ago, blah, blah, blah. And we've been friends since, blah, blah, blah. You came to my country because I came to yours, or playing it off like we knew each other when we really didn't. And they end up calling him and he says, yeah, she's here to work. And I'm just like blown away. Like, how could you do this? The whole reason why I'm locked up in this situation, I felt like a real criminal. Like, and I'm, if I would have known, so granted, I go to Australia for work with a guy who like obviously knows that you need a visa. We bought a visa there and it took like 2 minutes and it was like $20.
Yeah, that's all a tourism visa into Australia is.
And it's like, I'm like, if I would have known that, like I would have gone through what it would have taken to do the visa in London. Like now I know, I learned my lesson.